What do you get when you put two Minnesotans and a guy from Wisconsin together? Twist. The Week in Sports Talk. Get ready for some sports chatter where there's sure to be laughing, arguing, and maybe even crying. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Reeves, Matt Benz, and Greg Green Bay Bauman.
We're back upstairs.
Crystal clear.
We got a new camera. Hopefully the audio is working well.
Audio sounds great.
Welcome in.
Episode number
96.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What's that in German?
Oh, I have no idea.
96.
I was-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's
oh.
acht
Sieben.
something.
If you guys ever want to be humbled by a child, have two kids who speak, well, one daughter who speaks fluent German,
Yeah.
and then a 13-year-old who's, for some reason, following after her, who's now speaking German,
Yeah.
and then have a German foreign exchange student come live with you guys, and I don't know the first damn German word other than nine.
Or wunderbar, or welcome
Willkommen.
Willkommen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing.
It's great. I took a year of German.
I
I
took
went on to Spanish because most of the people that I needed in my life.
I took
We're
Spanish
Hispanic.
twice.
yeah, I took
You know what I
I
mean?
took Spanish 1 and 2, and then that's it.
The Mexicanos down on the block. I could holler at them. I got actually to name the title.
He did. He messaged me yesterday, episode 96. I told him I had nothing.
Yeah, and I said, "Oh, I got one."
So what's the title,
title
Maddie?
of episode 96 is Taco Bell, and we're gonna get into it. So,
And I'm flying blind
he's
here,
flying
folks.
blind. I said, "Don't
I
worry,
got no
Mikey.
idea.
I'll take this. Don't worry." So Greg calls me up. He's got a foreign exchange student that he picked up from the airport, and it's exciting time. And I had told him, I said, "Greg, the first thing you got to do is take them to get something to eat because they're most likely going to be hungry, and the food here is completely different."
First of all, her. This
Yeah.
is
Her.
a teenage girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I asked him the following day, I said, "Greggy, where did you go to eat?" He says, "I took her to Taco Bell." Now, the first thing I thought of when he said that he took her to Taco Bell was the poor Native Americans in this country when we came over and brought the blankets, because that poor lady is getting nuclear gut rot. The first meal.
Oh, it's so
Taco
good, though.
Bell, dude.
Okay, so from my same story from my perspective,
Yeah.
is Matt calls me up and I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yep.
So when we're at the airport, Olivia's all excited, holding the sign, "Welcome to America, Sophie."
Yeah.
Hugs, pictures, all that stuff. I grab her suitcase.
Yep.
And I say, "You've been on a plane for a while. You just got to America.
Yep.
What's the one thing about America, one food that you want?" And she's like, "I don't care." And I go, "What do you have there?" They have Burger King and McDonald's. So that was off the list.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
That's
Olivia,
because I
Even
even
though it
know
would taste-
McDonald's just because it's the first place. I want you to kind of know what you're getting.
It would taste different, too, I feel
100%.
like. Yeah.
yeah, but I wanted her to try something because this
I
is,
get it.
she's going to be living with my ex-wife.
Sure.
I mean, we have like half the, we're going to, most of the stuff is planned with all
Yep.
of us, but for those meals and stuff. So I'm like, I want to have her try
And
something.
it was late night, so I'll give you that.
Yes.
Not everything's open.
Did you tell her I would like to be called Papa?
Oh no, he's Air. Air Greg.
Hair Greg.
Hair Greg.
Which is Mr. in
Yeah.
German.
Oh, the air.
Air, Herr.
I thought she was gonna hit him with the fryer.
I just wondered if you
Here,
like if I
here,
had a
here.
foreign if I had a foreign exchange student come in here, I would come up with a certain,
nickname
yeah.
in German.
Call me LeBron.
Call me Spider in German.
Call me yeah.
Spider. Is Spider taken yet? Call me Spider. You know.
So,
Yeah.
so we went to Taco Bell, and then we're in line. We're in the drive-through, and Olivia knows what she wants: a couple of
course.
soft shells and
Yeah.
a Mountain Dew Baja
Listen
Blast.
to this.
And little Sophie in the back looks at me and goes, "Well, I don't know what
She says,
you,
"Eric Greg,
yeah, you pick."
you pick."
Yeah. So I said,
Ooh.
"Do you like Doritos?" And she says, "I've
What?
never had a Dorito. What's
Yeah.
that?"
What the fuck are you talking about?
And
They
then
don't
she-
have that.
Culture shock.
And then, so I said, "Okay, this makes sense. Let's get you 2 Dorito Loco tacos and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast." And she goes, "Oh, I know what Mountain Dew is. I've just never had one."
Bro.
And
Yeah.
so I introduced this girl to America by
Poor
giving her
girl.
Taco Bell with Mountain
Bro.
Dew.
First off, you
Before bed.
you fucked up immediately though. You can't get her 2 of the same thing.
Well, I also
yeah,
got her other things. I also
She
got,
got her
her
soft shell.
I got her a soft
to
shell
wash it
just in
down.
case.
Did you get her a chili cheese
No.
burrito.
I was going to because that's my go-to.
It is.
I-
It is.
I-
It's
I-
the go-to.
I like those at Sonic.
I never go to Taco Bell without
Yeah.
getting at least 2 chili cheese burritos.
You have to.
Yeah.
And what do you get on it, Greg? Extra cheese.
Well, yeah.
Greg's an extra cheese.
Chili cheese burrito, extra
Those
cheese.
arteries.
I,
are
And-
I get
blocked.
extra cheese and anything.
Yeah, they
But
used.
she
they-
did like the Taco Loco.
Yes. Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
It was.
That's Flavor Town.
Yeah. It was a
See,
good
man.
play. But the funny thing was, my thing about Taco Bell or
Yeah.
Taco John's
Yeah.
is, you guys know I drive around for work all day.
Yep.
So when I stop at one of those 2 places, I eat in the parking lot of that place
Yeah.
because I'm listening to the radio. But I can't Taco Bell and Taco John's. I can't let that food sit.
No, you gotta get them out with the bag.
Yeah,
right?
because I don't want a soggy hard shell.
So did you have the co-pilot hand you, or did you park?
No, it was right down the road from Melissa's
Yeah.
house.
You drive.
So,
did you
all
go in and eat?
No, I already ate.
Oh.
Yeah,
This wasn't about me.
Okay.
this is-
So I
all right.
dropped off,
Right.
and my ex-wife was like all excited. Show her Connor's room that she was going to be staying because
Yeah,
Connor's staying with us the whole time. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you got to get down here and eat. I said, I can't have your first experience with Taco Bell
Yeah,
be a
some
soggy
cold.
Cold ass T-Bell.
Yeah, hard shell.
There's one fast food restaurant that loses its shit
Yeah.
after 10 minutes. It's
Yeah.
T-Bell.
So I'm like, you guys got to sit down and eat.
How do they pair these children?
So each kid has got to put up like a bio.
I'm intrigued.
And then the teachers from both sides kind of match them up based on personalities, like who
Sure,
would
okay.
probably get along. Obviously, boys with boys, girls with girls. But
yeah.
like this girl is pretty shy.
Well, yeah.
Perfect,
She's in a new country.
and
yeah.
so is Olivia.
Yeah.
But it seems that just being in the car with them, what I thought was funny was she was amazed that I was able to get from the airport
Oh,
to
yeah.
Taco Bell
Yeah.
to Alyssa's house without
map.
GPS.
No map.
And
I map everywhere.
and
Well,
I didn't hear today, but
They're
most
so,
places.
They don't take regular cars.
yeah,
They
everything's like
ride
public
the bus
transportation.
and,
Yeah.
know, over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, growing that out real nice.
Oh.
It's coming in good.
yeah, so that was fun.
That's
And,
great, Greg.
And we're about to see because we got 2 games today, me and the Con Man.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna pop in.
And it's okay. So these games are not far.
Connor's hoping.
No, I know that. But
That's
I
awesome.
mean, I think they might be more worried that they don't want to necessarily take her to something, even though she would be amazed.
The 2 sports that she's most familiar with,
Hoops.
well, American sports, like they're obviously their 2 biggest sports are
Soccer.
soccer and handball.
Ooh,
And
God, I would
Woke over
dominate
there.
handball.
Woke over there, right? Germany's pretty woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's
I
why it's
realized
great.
that quick.
That's why they're gonna go to like a. They're gonna go while they're here to like a show.
They're going to a musical.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that will be good for them.
Yep.
Guten Tag.
Next week Saturday night, I'm taking all 3 kids to Timberwolves game.
Oh yeah. Who they playing? Do we know?
The Rockets.
Oh yeah, Jalen.
Yeah. So
You should have brought her here for a real USA culture
Well,
shock.
Last thing you want her to know is that you are on record somewhere on the social media.
Oh yeah, she'd be going back.
oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we don't need that. All of a
Look at
sudden-
Air. Air's got his own
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're fucking Hitler.
Yeah.
You know, like Jesus.
I did the funniest part about the whole that whole aspect of it, not Hitler, but
Yeah.
So
Of course.
So I haven't talked about this because I'm just so amazed that my kids don't. My grandpa,
Yep.
his uncle, Carl Bauman, was a professor at the University of Wisconsin during the 30s and 40s.
Of course.
And he was a chemist.
Yeah, of course.
They now named the chemistry building after him.
Yeah.
When during World War II, when German scientists were
Yeah, yeah.
fleeing Nazi Germany,
Yep.
he was commissioned by the U.S. government to help translate. He helped build the atomic bomb.
Bauman?
Yeah, my
Bauman.
great uncle,
Yeah.
Carl Bauman.
Carl Bauman.
Yeah.
So you're telling me
Yes.
we take a road trip to the University of Wisconsin right
Yep.
now, and we go over to the what building?
Chemistry.
The chemistry building.
Yeah.
There's a plaque on the chemistry building that says Carl Bauman.
Carl A. Bauman. Carl August Bauman. He is.
What a G, dude.
Yeah, he was back when Who's Who in America was the U.S. government picking 40 people that were influential in the.
Yeah, back when it was bipartisan, yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't.
He
yeah.
he was Who's Who in America in the 40s.
The Baumans peaked too early.
Way too early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
see-
that was the top, and then it just kind
But
of.
see,
Yeah,
what
sure.
I think intelligence skips like 3 generations
yeah.
because me, my brothers, and all my cousins, all of our kids are like top of the class.
Well, you're basically a chemist now.
Well,
So you're in the same business.
Well,
You
it's
got
like-
back into the old family company now, dude, you know? Going in, telling people, hey, you need a little bit of this. a
yeah,
little bit of that.
my great uncle helped build the atomic bomb. I supplied cleaning supplies to hospitals and schools.
Yeah, you might want to not tell the German exchange student that, you know.
But it's
You
like
never know, though.
so like my cousin Pete has a spoon that, I mean, there's no way to prove the things that we have. Like he has a spoon on the back of it is engraved Haus of Befier, which translated is
Yeah.
House of the Ruler.
Yeah,
And he got that when he was in Germany and after Hitler had killed himself.
sure.
He went in and he grabbed that as well as a Nazi youth knife, or they called them a Hitler youth.
Yep.
And I have that.
Yeah,
And now I tell people all the time, I could sell that on eBay for $350, $400.
sure.
But it means more to my family.
Yep.
You know, like I told Olivia and Connor, they'll get it when I die.
Yeah.
You know, because it's more important to be part of the family.
What are you thinking?
I don't know if I knew that Hitler killed himself.
Well, allegedly. I mean, there was no remnants, but
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
they're
it's-
pretty sure that it happened inside.
I mean,
the
I like
building
history, but I never showed up for it really.
It
I
was
mean,
one of those things where
No,
the,
you
the,
didn't.
the
or if I
Russians-
did, I was.
No,
it's one of those things where Russia was pretty much knocking on his bunker door, and then there was a gunshot, and
Yeah.
both sides take credit for, you know, Hitler was like, I'm not going to be, you know, arrested and jailed, and you know, so you know
the Wild Wild West.
he stared down the business end of a shotgun.
Speaking of Nazi memorabilia, so one time when I was on a bender, this was probably a year deep. I was staying in a trailer park in North Moorhead. Okay, and this guy had a garage outside of his trailer, and they've had this trailer for quite some time. Well, I was going, you know, rummaging. I would rummage, especially for hoarders. You're rummaging, trying to find gold in the stack.
Sure.
And I found a actual Nazi helmet from World War II.
Damn.
Did you put it on?
I took it down to the antique store, walk
Ooh.
in
You better
with it in
talk
my
a little louder.
well, hold on, I don't know if I want to talk loud. Took it in, and at first they didn't want to buy it because it was Nazi
Nazi,
memorabilia.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
But it's
I
part
get
of
a
history.
sob story, but I ended up selling it for $350. Yeah,
See, that's the thing.
flip, quick come up,
Oh,
quick gone. That money was
Huge.
gone. You know, prepaid.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's the only.
you probably owed.
It's the only time that you have to like qualify your stuff. It's like, I'm not supporting them. I'm not an advocate
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
It's a piece of history.
Told them I was
Like,
broken down in town, needed some money to get out of town. They
Yeah.
were probably like, "All right, we'll get you out of here, you
Yeah.
junkie." you
Did
know?
Elon do the Nazi salute?
No.
No.
I mean, well, did he do what could appear as a Nazi salute? Yes. Is he one of the biggest trolls in the world on social media and loves to, like, you know, be a troll and talk shit about people? And sure,
Is he autistic?
Asperger's
Yes.
certified.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also-
did he think he was Tony Stark coming out, you know, in
Absolutely.
Avengers?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yes.
that's what they're saying.
God,
is,
and
like,
he
how
is
many
such a dweeb.
unchecked autists are billionaires?
Is that what you call them?
Not many.
yeah, I didn't know that the singular form of autism is autist.
I don't think it
I don't know.
is.
Artist? Artist, autist.
Did the
I like
autist-
it.
He's autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's one of those things. It's like, is
There's
you know,
clips of every freaking person.
I
doing
know,
a
as-
similar.
as
you
soon
know,
as it
thank
came
you
out,
so
but-
much, guys. Thank you. They
Yeah.
can clip. You know,
Yeah.
I think he trolled. I think he did.
I
it
think
on
he did
purpose.
too.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
because the thing is Elon Musk has understood the one thing about popularity is stay relevant,
Well,
and
he's yeah.
he knows
yeah.
that by doing things like that, he's going to stay at the top of the media and stay relevant.
Yeah.
That way, it's going to be easier for his message to get across. Because what does he want people essentially to do?
Yeah.
He wants more people to sign up for X and then follow him.
He's got a big vendetta against the last regime because of his
Huge.
child that transitioned.
Yes.
And since that point, he's disowned this child, basically saying that they are no longer alive. And he's taken this big stance on taking down the woke mind virus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's got a ton of money, one of the, if not the richest person in the world. So
Yeah.
people are very intimidated by that.
Yeah.
Well, what they don't understand is there's tons of billionaires and millionaires that have been investing into political sides for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it, you know, so be it.
Yeah, we need one on our side.
Well,
Well,
you need
for
one.
once.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're learning a lot. One thing I've been doing a lot of, I've been watching a lot of the hearings
Sure.
to swear in Trump's cabinet people.
It's embarrassing.
And the one thing that I would ask people to do, regardless of what side you're on, don't listen so much to the answers to the questions.
That's the question.
Ask yourself, why are they asking the question?
Correct.
And that's the thing that gets me is, why did Elizabeth Warren ask so many questions to RFK Jr. about will he do this and will he do that to punish people and who are taking money and all this stuff? Why does she care so much?
Because she's
unless
top two.
she's already getting all this
She's
money.
top two, and that's just what they're already saying. You know, you look at the payments out from Big Pharma. Bernie got put on blast by
big
him
time.
because RFK just decided to say, Bernie, you were the top recipient of money from Big Pharma. And he goes, oh, that wasn't. No, I got those from individuals, not the companies.
Yeah,
and it's
but
like
individuals who work for the company who were given stipends in their paychecks. And it was, hey, we're going to give you this money. You're going to turn around and give 80-90% of it to Bernie Sanders.
Right.
That's how that went.
Yeah. And
it's like you get a little bit of a kickback for doing this.
Well, that trickles all the way down to when we were in treatment. To the doc there,
which is completely illegal.
Oh, and he's no longer a part of that organization because I remember sitting there and I'm like, why are they giving the same thing to everybody?
Right.
Yeah,
everybody.
We used to joke about it
because Weingarten was getting kickback.
Yeah, we used to joke about on Mondays in treatment that when you went in there for your initial thing, the rest of us would say, I guarantee you, I know what he's going to prescribe.
Yeah, I forget what it was called, but
Remron.
it was Remron. Yeah,
Remron,
same thing.
Wellbutrin, Seroquel,
and
Remron.
If you talked about having anxiety, he would give you Remron. If you talked about having problems sleeping, you would get Seroquel too.
Sure.
Yeah. It's just that's the big thing, and that's why you're seeing so much pushback in these hearings is because the whole thing with Big Pharma is not good outlook. You know, you already see insurance companies and guys getting hit, you know, and then you see, you know, all these situations, and it's like, well, what's going on?
Well, here's a kicker. I mean, we're not talking health insurance. I'm talking homeowners insurance. Is State Farm was originally investing, like they had like 3 different commercials. For the Super Bowl, they dropped them all. Because they felt it was a bad look, because they just dropped like half of LA County and Orange County right before the fire started. So they figured it was a bad look. So
because it would be.
Yeah. So if you're doing any Super Bowl games at your Super Bowl party, don't pick State Farm as
Jake
one of the
from State
commercials
Farm.
to be seen.
So what are we doing for the board? You bringing the board?
Yeah. I think this is the part where we're allowed to start. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, let me fill the town in here. So Greg had let me know a couple days ago that him and Baxter were not going to be at the Super Bowl party again this year,
unfucking believable.
Which is
here we go again.
Which, like I told him, I said, Greggy, I go to bed at halftime anyway, so you know it's no sweat off my back. And then I call and tell Mikey, and Mikey, you know, typical Mikey, he's a stickler for plans and goes, oh, I'm gonna hold this one in until twist. Then
He goes,
that's fine. So I talked to Greggy later. I go, yeah, Greggy, just so you know.
Oh, you
not
fucking...
letting any of my boys, and I would do the same for you. I don't want any of my boys coming in blind. He goes, oh, don't worry, because he told me that he called you right after I talked to you.
We didn't talk about it.
He goes, yeah, he purposely didn't bring any of it up, and I go, oh yeah. I said, these boys, so
I can always tell when Mike's keeping something on a phone call because he'll immediately bring up something completely irrelevant.
Yeah. How's your work going? You said.
Yeah.
How's your job going? He goes,
I was genuinely interested.
He goes, Mikey's never asking about my gig.
Here's the thing. You know, I can prove it. Mike, what's the name of the company I work for?
Oh, fuck you.
I wouldn't know either, though.
Yeah, thank you.
I wouldn't know just because.
Hey, you and me, we've been trying to find some solid ground in the workplace.
Yes. Yep.
So, yeah, it honestly had nothing to do with it.
I was on the top of his to-do list. Dude.
Well, what? Yeah, I wanted to know if you're actually liking it.
Yeah.
You know, if this one's
it was a great segue. You did good. Tried to keep it under wraps.
God damn it.
Way.
Greggy's just got an excuse. Like,
here's the thing. So,
God, I wish years ago you would have been the hostie and I could have just, fuck you. I'm in Faribault. I got a lot going. I'm going to throw the worst was last year. Greg's like, well, we're not going to come. And then you throw your own.
Yeah, he threw a better
You can't
party.
if you're not
Threw a
going
better
to.
party.
Okay,
He had
first-
candy and shit.
First of all, I didn't throw my own. Number one, okay, this
Mm.
is going to be the best lesson I've ever given anyone on Twist.
Oh, here we go.
Don't take out your pen and paper.
Buckle
Get
up,
pen and paper.
folks.
If you want to watch the Super Bowl
Yep.
and enjoy the Super Bowl,
Yep.
but there's going to be people there
Yep.
who don't give two shits about football.
Sure.
Yeah,
This is what you do. Pen and paper ready? Okay,
Let's
I'll
go.
give you enough time.
get it.
Have games at the Super Bowl like we always, like anyone
Yep.
does, the numbers, the squares, all that fun
Yep.
stuff. But then what you do is you do two separate boards. One that we do at your house, that we
Yep.
do in your house, where you pick a celebrity and you pick a commercial, like a
Yep.
product, and
The
you have
best.
people pick. When that comes up, you go to the dollar. I went to the dollar store, bought like $30 worth of candy and
Yep.
goofy drinks and
Because
things like
Greggy's
that.
running it PG.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no
So
money
if-
on the table.
So
Right.
if it's Taco Bell and LeBron James, person who picked, they get a candy, and then you cross them off the list so they don't win again.
I like
so
that.
everyone
It's
wins.
it's a kids event.
And here's the other thing: you come up with, like what I did last year, is came up with goofy scenarios, but are not likely, but could happen in a game. Will a 2-point conversion be converted?
Yep.
Will there be an onside kick?
Yep.
Will there be, a plus 50-yard field goal?
Yep.
You do football related things, but not related to over, under, all
I
that
like
stuff.
that.
Just goofy things.
For beginners.
That keeps people who don't care about
Goofy.
football involved.
What I like about this all is it's okay. And next year, if you don't show up next year when you got, a whole classroom underneath your roof,
Yeah.
I expect it. I expect you there. But also we're close.
Well, you know what,
Thank
Greg?
God.
And let's
You're
not
not. You're not gonna. You're not a groomsman anymore. Okay. You're out.
I never wanted to be.
Well, you never were.
He's fathered.
I know.
He's air
He's
Greg, dude.
air
Air
holiness.
Greg, dude.
Just for the record, I am leaving at like 6:00 the next morning
Yeah, I know you.
to drive 7 hours to
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Oh, you're off the hook with me. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah.
Mikey only holds a grudge till after the event.
This.
Coming from a guy who's done it multiple times, I'm notorious for it.
Yeah, you
My
didn't go to
favorite
Steen's
plans-
wedding.
My favorite plans, canceled plans. Guess who still sent him a nice crispy Ben Frank?
Oh,
dude?
yeah.
Take it.
It ain't
Take it,
about.
Steen. That's for my plates.
If-
You know,
when-
you'll
That's
see.
you pulled a John Daly.
Well, John.
Well, no, when
You try and pay your way
Speaking
out of a
this
situation.
Pod is sponsored by Daily Defense. We want it. Oh, it's not.
It is.
It
We're,
is.
we're riding with it. He's going to be a diamond
Diamonds are
sponsor.
forever.
In a couple months. I think
Diamond
he's going to
Victim.
pick that up, and that's when the new diamond level sponsorship will pick up.
Yeah.
As for now, I said we'll throw your name out there still.
Daily Defense.
You know,
get in the
but
bind.
get in a bind, you call Daily Defense. That's all you get for now.
That's all you
which,
get.
by the way, I mean, all of us have talked a lot. We were in treatment. We're sober now.
Yeah.
Mike and I coming up on 7 years. You're
Yeah.
coming up on 9 soon.
Yeah.
Some of the people that watch this show, might have a past, might know people who are still out there.
Oh,
Out
yeah.
there grinding, dude. I got him.
Something happens, call Daily.
Call
Oh.
Daily.
He'll
dude.
help you out.
He'll show up probably the next day, but he'll be there.
Yeah.
All right? He'll
People
be
are
there.
out there. They're
He
still
shows
reaching
up
out.
He
out
shows
there.
up to court. Did you see the commercial? It
He
takes him
only
4
doesn't
hours
show
to
up
get
when
ready in
it's
the morning.
He only doesn't show up when it's pro bono to a buddy. All
Oh,
right?
yeah.
dude. And Mike, I'll be there, dude. Leaves him at
Well,
the altar.
That
dude.
wasn't him, though. That was the other guy.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
his partner?
Yes.
Oh, see, I don't got the facts.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Johnny
you're good in my
was
book.
coming, and he goes, "Well, why would I come when I don't have the camera guy?" And I said, "That's good.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a good call.
yeah,
Good call.
Yeah.
That's all right, Johnny. I get it. Life's busy, baby.
Whatever."
Newlywed and
Yep.
all, dude.
Yeah.
I like it.
So thanks
All
to
right.
Daily Defense. Thank you to Absolute Sports
Absolute
Card,
Sports Cards,
where
we're
we are
here.
located.
Yeah,
Look at this location, guys. It's deep, goes all the way back. Got new carpeting, new paint on the walls, new stuff up. Plenty.
It's
of
not
stuff for
just sports
sale.
cards.
No,
It's
God,
not just
look at-
memorabilia.
I mean,
It's
look
not
at
just
this.
bobbleheads.
Michael Jordan, the shooter finals. It's got some packs in there for you to bust
80
open.
bucks.
$80, dude. That's a collector's item.
Yeah, I wouldn't even open it.
No, you got to keep that on.
And for those of you who are watching east of the border,
yeah,
I did looking behind me. Originally, I did have to switch the
Oh,
order.
you switch it back?
I had to switch it back because we put the camera down. I originally switched CJ Stroud and Jordan Love,
Oh,
so Jordan Love would be in there, and then I had to switch them back when we moved the camera down.
we did. We had the top aerial view. We're still trying to
We're getting it dialed.
I literally can't sleep at night
No, he's been just-
because of I'll
only
probably
the podcast.
I'll
is keeping you up.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my pod. Yeah.
Mike's got nothing else going on in his
Yeah.
life.
That's what I tell Greggy all the time. I'm like, he's just got to obsess about this so he doesn't have to think about everything else going on right now. Just let him focus.
But
on
I
something.
do obsess about it. That last
know you do.
episode, the visual quality just
And the audio
was
great.
cringe. The audio was good.
Yeah.
We'll
You
never.
listen to it on Spotify, which we're on everywhere you can get pods. I strongly suggest you listen to them while you're at work because you'll be rolling.
I just think it was
You're
funny
right.
when Mike bought the new camera. Matt had said to him, "Why don't you go by, get the computer, start setting it up?" And he's like, "No, it'll be fine."
Yeah, yeah.
And then
And then he calls me. Hold on.
Well, no,
Then
no,
he
no, no.
calls.
Well,
Yep.
they said, "I'm just going to go there and get it." I'm like, "Okay." Sure enough, an hour later, he's at home, already has it up,
Yep.
already dialing.
And he goes to me. He goes, "Yeah, guess what? Just had to plug it in. She was ready to rock. We get here today." And we start fucking with shit. And I'm like, "Oh, we need this part. Oh, we don't have that down. It's all right, dude. What a clear picture. It's like you're in the room with us."
We'll
gang.
see. We'll see how Opus.clip breaks it down after the show for our
Sure.
reels.
Yeah, we'll reel it. Don't give away the secret sausage,
we-
dude. We already got people copying.
Yeah,
our
we already
game,
got
dude.
somebody
Shout out
stole
Combs,
it.
dude. Taking our
God.
fleecing us for all. He didn't buy the pro version though.
What-
Speaking of pros, the big game's a week away.
Oh,
The big game, Patty Mahomes, as you can see on the table over there, facing off against the bad boys.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Dilly Eagles.
yeah. I was struggling for a second trying to because it's painful to me to have to cheer for the Chiefs again.
Okay.
And so I thought about it for about a half second. Like,
Yep.
maybe I will. I like Saquon.
Yep.
I like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I like AJ Brown. I like
Yeah.
Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
I said maybe I'll cheer for him.
Yeah, it's an option. I get it.
It's not.
I know.
It's not. Their fans are the worst fans. I mean, they're just cruel human beings. There's hell, and then there's like a lower part of the earth for Philly fans when they go.
Yep.
So I can't. That's why I messaged on the chat room. Greg got removed from it because he's not coming anymore.
Yep.
So I don't even know if you saw it.
I did see that. You're not
Not you, him.
Oh,
That-
I'll
that
just-
guy
I'll-
over there.
I'll just grab Becky's because you didn't remove her yet.
I
I don't
did.
think. Oh, you did?
Yeah, you're both gone.
Okay.
You're not there. You're not in the chat. And I said, I've already seen this game.
Yeah, he's already seen this.
I've already
game
seen
at
it.
Ben's house.
I don't want to go.
All right.
I am
Here's
going
my-
because I was committed to
At
it.
first, I was very depressed because I wanted Buffalo and I wanted Washington just
Oh.
because of the storylines and all that.
Just
stuff.
Buffalo. Give me Buffalo.
Washington definitely wasn't ready to be a Super Bowl contender, and that's fine in my eyes. Buffalo, it shouldn't have came down to that first down, which was a first down.
Was a first.
You can't let it. How many times do we have to see a game come down to the refs? It shouldn't come down to that. It shouldn't. You let Kansas City stick around, they're going to win the game. That's just what happens. Now you have this matchup, Philly against Kansas City. In my mind, it's going to be a fucking great game because arguably you can say that these are two of the best teams this year in football.
Correct.
They might be shuffled a little bit, but they're for sure top 3 or 4 teams. Philadelphia, putting them side by side, I think Philadelphia has a better positional player and coach at every single level except for head coach and quarterback. I think Andy Reid gets the edge and Patty Mahomes gets the edge. But other than that, at every other position, Philadelphia should have them edged out.
Yeah, they said that if you were to take a look at and pick the top 10 players playing in this game, 7 of them would be Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would bet Philly and
Okay.
not root Philly. I
And-
would probably bet because Philly, the last time they met in the Super Bowl,
Yep.
you could see the edge. They outplayed them for
Yep.
Yeah.
a lot of the game and were dominant.
And you just gave Patty enough time.
Kansas City and Pat Mahomes, he's just,
You can't let it come down to a
Golly.
final drive.
no.
You have
Here-
to be up.
I don't care who wins, but this is why I would, if you forced me to cheer for a team, not bet on
Sure.
a team, I would cheer for Kansas City.
Me too.
For one reason. I just want this to end.
Oh,
Just be done with it.
Yep.
Everyone that we've never had a 3-peat. First of all, we have had 2 3-peats, just not in the Super Bowl era by the Green Bay Packers. But
Yep. Same
We've
with,
never-
I think they've had a couple 3-peats in Little League Baseball and what else? Karate.
it was in the 60s. It was
Hey,
the
it's all
3.
right.
It was
I
the
had a
3
5-peat.
before the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
I'm sure there's
So
some
it's
3-peats in rugby and
But
stuff
my
like that too,
point is,
yeah.
let's just give them the 3-peat and then move on. Travis Kelce can retire. Andy Reid can eventually go off in the sunset, we can finally have a new storyline, because this storyline of are the Chiefs the best team ever, the dynasty, blah, compare, Mahomes compared to Brady, Chiefs compared to the to the Patriots. Let's just be done with it so we can get our new storyline.
Well, there is no new storyline, Greg. Pat Mahomes isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce is not retiring.
I think he's
he
going to
might.
retire.
If he retires,
I think
Taylor Swift will leave him.
No,
No, I don't
Yes,
think so.
she
I
likes
like
to be
this. This is a
seen.
hot take.
She likes to be seen up in that stadium,
It's a hot
bringing
take.
Greggy's best friend to a game. and-
first of all,
It's a
don't.
hot take. I like it.
Well, okay. I don't think that's the case, because you forget that Jason Kelce retired last year.
yeah, and you know what
He's
happened?
more
His
visible-
team made the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He's
like that.
hating every single moment of retirement.
but he's more visible. He's more
Could
visible.
be the Kelce match
but,
again.
but he's more visible now than he was when he was playing. Travis Kelce's already hosting a TV show. I got one of the most popular podcasts. Taylor Swift is going to be just as relevant on his arm. They're still going to show up at things together.
Yeah, but
you know-
he's a little less
I think
relevant because
I
he's not
think-
playing.
I think in Taylor Swift's mind, she firmly believes that she boosts NFL ratings,
100%.
which is
Her
interesting,
ego.
which is interesting because they're both just trash to me. But it's just
Travis?
yeah, oh yeah. And I think it's Travis's one reason why I think it's Travis's time to go is because this year shows that he's lost a big step
Yes.
and he isn't as needed. Last game he had 2 catches, 19 yards. Is he a decoy? Sure. But you have Noah Gray ascending, which I have him in Dynasty. So of course I got a stake in that.
Sure.
Yeah, he was ascending in the year. I think you can fill those spots, but yeah, I think
I
Kansas
can't believe
City-
you don't like Travis. You literally
Not a fan.
told us you grew your mustache because of his.
Never that. No.
That's what I heard.
Never
You
that.
might not have said it, but that's
Yeah,
what I
that's-
heard.
yeah,
Does
I-
Travi, is he full-time stash
A lot.
now? Because he
Last
he
time I
used
saw
to
him,
be
he was.
bearded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
so did you?
Sure.
You
Yeah.
transitioned together.
Yeah.
You went from the
Yeah,
beard to
that's
the
fine.
stash.
Hey, that's
You went from
fine.
the
You
beard
know,
to
if
the
I got
stash.
$100 million from Pfizer, I'd transition into a stash like
Oh.
him. You know what I mean? Like that's good. He's bought and paid for. Yes, the storyline. It just brings me back. I have so many flashbacks of New England Patriots with this because you get so many people that are fatigued. Yes, from just seeing the same team in it every year. But once again, I go back to admiring greatness. And if Patrick Mahomes can continue to do it with not the better roster, God, he's such a freak, man.
And I'm a bigger fan of Josh Allen than I am Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
That's why I root for Buffalo so much, because from a pure quarterback, I think he's more talented.
Absolutely.
But Patrick Mahomes just has it.
Yeah.
He has that clutch gene that it doesn't 13 seconds.
Yeah.
And he'll take you down and he'll do it. And I don't think he's in Josh Allen's head at all.
No.
Josh Allen proves that every single time they play. And if it wasn't for, that angle of that catch, they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's catchable.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a catchable.
yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
threw it up.
yeah.
It looks like he just kind of, no. He threw it to that area for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he dropped it.
Yeah. And it is what it is. People drop
Yeah.
passes.
Yeah.
But that's not Josh Allen not being clutch.
Right.
Right.
He did what he had to do.
Yep.
Yep.
They lost that game when it was, I believe there was about 2:28 left in the game. It was 2nd and 10.
Yep.
And they threw it. And then they threw it again.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, you run the ball. You either force them for the timeout or you bring it to the 2-minute warning.
Get some yards back.
Yeah. Then you're 3rd and 6,
Right.
and then you're at the 2-minute warning, but they forced it twice and then had that 4th down call. To me, they lost it when they didn't run on 2nd and down.
An interesting prop bet that hasn't been out yet, but it comes during Super Bowl time is the no doinks.
Ooh. What about a double
one
doink?
Wow.
from a kicker? And that usually it's plus money.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Papa Parlay, Shawnee Sorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said he's been hot this week. He's been
Just
betting
running
the
hot.
hoops. He's been going down to Diamond Joe's. Last night he won a couple
Greggy's
grand. No big deal. This is
I'm
his
driving by there in 2 weeks.
his lock for you guys out there right now is this: Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown, Jalen Hurts over 1.5 touchdown passes, which Doesn't happen a lot. And Saquon, first team touchdown scorer. So first touchdown for Philly is Saquon.
Okay.
Put $100 down to win $1,500.
Just on that one or
Just
all of
the
them?
three things. Three
Okay.
legger. That's what he's saying. He sent me that one this morning while he was on the
100
the
for
porcelain stool.
15.
100 turned into 15. Mikey,
That's
Yeah.
a 3-legger. That's not bad.
throw some down by the Joes. Go ahead.
I am down by the Joes.
Yeah, you're like right down the road.
You're buying cameras and shit. You better just chill for a second.
Buying cameras might go drop, $1,000 today.
On what?
Deposit?
Yeah, deposit.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
There's
We'll
a lot
see.
going on. There's a lot of things. Other things that we were supposed to talk about. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Head into the trash
Hot
bin.
fire here. We'll go with Ravens kicker.
Oh, yeah.
Justin
Oh,
Tucker
yeah.
faces allegations of sexual misconduct, similar to the Deshaun Watson.
It's not.
4 high-end spas in Baltimore where unwanted physical contact and leaving what was believed to be goo on the massage tables. It's no wonder that he couldn't really focus this year when he was trying to get it through the uprights.
Well,
That's coming down the chute.
he knew it was coming.
Of course.
And the thing is the thing that makes it look really bad for him
Yeah.
is I heard 6 women did not know about each other, didn't, kind of kept it themselves. And then when the investigation started,
That's how it goes.
these 6 women had the exact same story and they had no
didn't
way of
collab.
colluding
Yeah.
because they didn't know each other existed.
How did he know it was happening? Because he was warned that there was an investigation.
Oh, usually
this happened from 2012 to 2016.
Yeah, but
This
I'm
is-
saying that they probably started to try to get a buyout, to take care of it outside of court, and then the NFL.
And then they remembered he's a kicker and doesn't make that kind of money.
No, he ain't making quarterback money. And
Yeah.
it's not,
Man.
it's similar, but not the same to Watson. Watson was flying in Instagram
Sure.
masseuses,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that are basically prostitutes anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. They are
sex workers.
sex workers.
Yeah,
okay,
the
that's
new
more
term.
politically,
Yeah. These days, sex workers.
but yeah, this is an actual massage place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A place of business.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
JT, dude.
Oh my God.
That's a good one. It's interesting.
I'm
I'm sure we won't ever see him on a football field again
Exactly.
because he already had a bad year out of he's a cut victim regardless of what his contract
Yeah,
says.
but just because of the year and his age,
Yeah,
I
so
think they
you let
could have
him ride
moved.
off.
And he plays for the second worst franchise when it comes to being accused of this because of Ray Rice.
100%. They have a zero tolerance when it comes
And
to
the
this.
first would be the Browns, but they seem to do their own thing anyway.
Yeah.
I would say, there's
He's
no
out.
way.
Nowadays you don't take a kicker that's over the hill, especially that can't find the fucking
Which here's the other thing that I think is funny is if you were to ask any average NFL fan,
casual.
casual NFL fan, they would be able to name 2 kickers,
Bucker.
Butker and Tucker.
Yeah, maybe.
And one of them is known for being, cold as ice, never misses, and the other one is known for one thing:
speaking at a
Christian
and
school
giving
about
Christian-based
about
speech. Yeah.
traditional values.
Yeah.
And now one of them has been accused of sexual misconduct with masseuses, and the
got a
other one is just sitting back, being like, you know what? When you really break it down,
Yeah.
all I was doing was putting women on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's about time in this country we go back to the Harrison Butkers of the world,
It's
Yeah.
slowly,
where
it's-
women are treated with the respect that they deserve.
Lift them up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like it. Transitioning from football to the
Whoa,
WNBA.
hold on. ESPN breaking news.
Butler.
3 more massage therapists accuse Ravens Justin Tucker of
Oh, yeah.
inappropriate
They heard
sexual
we were
behavior.
talking about it. You heard it
Yeah.
here. Second.
You know the first number is not ever going to be the final number.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, Matt was reading 4. It went to 6 yesterday. Now it's at 9.
Sex addict.
Yeah.
We'll take you to a meeting. 12 steps can save you. WNBA deal. Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
The Seattle Storm are trading 6-time All-Star Jewel Lloyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a multi-team move that sends 3-time All-Star Kelsey Plum to the Los Angeles Sparks.
See, when you really break
And Greggy
down the WNBA,
Greggy shared this, right?
Yep.
This is what he threw in the dumpster.
Yep. Blockbuster.
this was a joke.
Well, yeah. Anytime, and Greg has
As is the WNBA.
Greg
Greg.
has a certain affinity for the word blockbuster when it's used in trades of any kind in any sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
have
Makes the hair on his neck stand up.
I have certain protocol that I think need to be met
Yeah.
in order to use the word blockbuster.
Sure.
Number one is it can't apply to the WNBA.
Ever.
Unless it's Caitlin. Unless we're moving Caitlin.
Okay,
CC.
so we'll talk WNBA.
Sure.
Caitlin Clark declined the offer to be in a 3-point contest
At the
on
NBA. Yeah.
NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yep.
It was going to be Curry, her, Sabrina Ionescu, and I forgot who the other NBA player
Sure.
was. And they were really critical of her because it's like, why don't you want to be part of this? And her thing is, her job is to boost the WNBA.
She wants her first 3-point contest to be this year's All-Star game for the WNBA.
Yes.
That's what she was.
Which I understand, except for the fact that I believe when it comes to the NBA, there's only 3 levels of fans. There's us, who, if it's on the news, if it's on TV, we're going to pay attention to our own teams.
Sure.
And we're going to see what's going on.
The stars.
The stars.
Yeah.
Then there's the people who are like,
Diehards.
well, I would say like our buddy Derek goes to a lot of games with his kid. His kid's involved, so he's more involved. He probably knows.
Sure.
He probably knows who the top 8 seeds are right now in playoffs.
Sure.
Yep.
And then there's the season ticket holders. They know everything
Superfans.
going on.
Yeah.
The thing is that Caitlin Clark's got to realize is what you want to do is you want to boost the us level to the next level.
Yeah.
You want us to be
Tuning in.
ticket purchasing fans.
Right.
Right now we're not.
No.
I did not buy these tickets that I'm going to the game for next week.
Right.
My ex-wife did because that's her present to
For
the
the
kids.
Wolves, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. My point is that your job is to boost it. The WNBA, you can boost it by showing them that you and Sabrina Ionescu are just as good.
Yeah, the good way to market the WNBA is through the NBA.
Yes.
And fact check, the NBA owns the WNBA.
And they take a loss.
There
and they
is
take
no
a loss on it.
yeah, there
every
is
year.
no
Yeah.
WNBA without the NBA.
It is a charity.
The owners
Yeah.
who own the franchises
Correct.
own the WNBA franchises.
right.
Glenn Taylor owns both.
Yeah.
They're a pair.
And
So if she wants to boost ratings for that, yeah, she should get involved with something that's actually going to get watched, because the WNBA All-Star game isn't going to get watched.
no,
I doubt it
exactly.
will even be televised. to be honest with you.
So 2 things for naming. There's a new hockey team, Matt, in Utah.
Okay.
And they're coming right now. They're known as the Utah Hockey Club.
Correct.
And they're coming up with a new name.
Yep.
They're letting the fans vote. They have
The
4
Mormons, they
choices.
should be the Mormons.
It's going to be the.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, it would be funny, but they won't do that.
No, they won't.
If
It's
you can't do
gonna
the Redskins, you can't do the Mormons.
it's gonna be the Mammoths.
That's
The
fine. I like
Mammoths,
that,
and
yeah.
it's everyone is saying that. But my point to this is, they're talking about putting a WNBA team in Tennessee, and what they decided that the team name would be, the greatest team name in all of organized sports,
The
The
Honky Tonk.
Tennessee Titties.
the Tennessee Summit, named after Pat Summit.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
cool.
That
That's
would
fine.
be the greatest team
I
name in
love it.
all of
That's fine.
sports.
I love it.
Showing tribute to that lady who is the greatest coach at any level
Yeah.
of any sport
Yep.
ever.
The interesting
Agreed.
part about this trade. Okay.
I've never
Jewel
heard any
Lloyd.
of them.
Oh, I
Jewel Lloyd stud. Okay, so
You've heard of her?
I did some research.
Okay, so
Okay,
before
because
but
I've heard her name
before-
come up because during the season last season, she accused her coaching staff and ownership of harassment and bullying because she was averaging about 19 point whatever a game. And if she would have averaged 20 or more, she would have gotten a bonus.
Okay.
And so they limited her minutes and she said it was bullshit.
Ah,
So it's interesting to me now seeing the changes in the WNBA and how they're allowed to be more divas
Yeah.
like the NBA and kind of bully themselves out.
I
Very
like to,
interesting.
instead of saying divas, I would say they're now in a position to advocate for themselves.
Or so they think.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I really got.
What's next on
they,
your list?
they lost me when the Lynx traded the pick that would have brought Angel Reese here.
I actually don't like. I like not having her local.
I like her.
I
Just-
don't like her.
I think that
She's a bum.
she's too much of a whiny.
She'll have a reality TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you
she
know.
wants to be.
We just talked about the WNBA needs ratings.
Yeah, but I don't think she'll get the ratings
I don't
while
think
she's in.
Yeah, I don't think she'll get any ratings.
Yeah.
She
She's
wants to be
got
Caitlin
mine.
Clark and doesn't realize that she doesn't have the social impact that a white girl from Iowa is going
Surprisingly,
to have.
she has a fucking huge reach, though. I don't know why. Maybe that's because we're
Well,
in
have
the
you
north.
have you seen her?
Yeah, but a lot of those chicks are good-looking, athletic women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like she has a big following in the South, and she's just coming out this weekend, I think, with her own meal at McDonald's. She's got her own. She's on the Reese's Puffs cereal box.
Good for her.
You know, but I'm just saying,
I
it's
don't
interesting.
I don't dislike her.
Yeah.
I just think that people need to understand that you're not just entitled to a certain position
Yeah.
because of something else. She
Yeah.
wants to be Caitlin Clark because she
rides
came
away.
out at the same time. She beat her.
She's
in the
Bayou
college-
Barbie.
Yeah, she's not.
She's
No
the
one would.
villain.
Yeah,
She's the villain.
Yeah, and
you got to
she-
have the villain.
she needs to accept that if she wants to
No,
be
she's
popular.
softer. Paul Skeens, pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is funny.
He's one of the most in-demand cards since we're in absolute sports cards. We might
Yeah.
as well talk about
Love it.
Okay, so an 11-year-old collector ended up pulling his one-of-one autographed with a patch for his debut. Now, in the MLB, they have on their debut for rookies, they have on their sleeves a debut patch. They end up cutting that off and putting
Put
it
it
on
on
their
the card.
one-of-one card. This is what the Pirates offered for the card. They offered 2 Pirates season tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years, a meet and greet with Paul, 2 autographed Paul jerseys, a softball game for 30 at the park where you could just bring any 30 of your friends and family to
Yep.
play in a softball game, private tour of the
Which
park,
would be sweet.
and you get to sit in the box with Livy Dunn, who's, you know, LSU gymnast, smoke
Okay.
show, big influencer. You get to sit in her suite during a game. He turned it down and said, I'm sending it to auction because usually that card should fetch about $500,000 to $1 million. And he doesn't live in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Where's he live?
I think he's Cali kid.
Ah.
But definitely I would have a hard time saying no to 30 years of season tickets, although the Pirates aren't very good.
They're terrible.
So even if you're StubHubbing all those tickets, you'll be lucky if you can get rid of them at price.
Well, here's the $1 million question.
Sure.
How much could he sell that card for
He's
right
putting
now?
it up into auction. It'll probably go for 500 to $1 million.
Then that's that. Then
Yeah.
Then I don't care who you are,
Sure.
unless you're independently wealthy.
Well,
And
his
he's
dad
a-
owns a card shop, so I'm sure that they're.
Well, we'll ask the boys after, but yeah, and he's 11, right?
He's 11.
Yeah. So you sell it, you
Yep.
have Pa invest it.
Yep.
And by the time you're,
Yeah, it's a no. That's what I would
18
have
or
done with the
drinking
card.
legal age,
Yeah.
you're set.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I like it.
Yeah,
I like that he did it, but what a wild, what a wild world we live in.
I thought about it right away. Is okay, let's say back in the day, I pop a Joe Mauer.
Sure.
Same card, same scenario here,
Yeah.
Twins offer. I mean, it is hard to pass up on.
Yeah.
You know, the money, obviously, that we all said yes. But man, 30 years of Twins tickets. You get to go to Target Field, have this great. You get all these things,
Yeah.
and they're dangling the keys at a kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 11, so it's much different than us sitting here, and it's like, no, I'll take the $1 million.
Because my first thought would be, you're spending how much money every game you go to?
Yeah.
What you're essentially dangling in front of me is a bill.
Right.
yeah. Well, and the thing is I would need wiggle room, right?
Yeah.
Like, all right, so 30 years.
Wow. They fucked up. They never offered. They should have offered him like $100,000 and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The money,
what I
but
mean?
like
'Cause
I
it's all
also
about
want
the
I
ins-
also want to eat and drink. I want like a black card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That when
Yeah.
I show up for 30 years,
Me and my friend.
I want free
Yeah.
parking, couple of hot dogs, couple of sodas to
yes,
every game.
Yes.
Yep.
For 30 years.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then we're thinking like, okay, so I have season tickets. So that's season ticket. That's every game
Yep.
Yeah.
in baseball.
81 games.
Yep.
Yeah. 5 years down the road, we go to World War, and then you only got 5 years worth of tickets.
Okay.
You know what I
Here,
mean?
we
Well,
only
here you go.
live for today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're riding the wave.
Well,
Fuck.
I just think it'd be great. It's like noon and my wife calls me up. What are we doing for dinner tonight? Hot dogs
Yeah,
and
we-
sodas.
I'm gonna just pop in. I'm gonna just scan in, get a bunch, and to go. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just go watch your first inning, have dinner, and
Yeah.
you go home.
After 3 years, it's like you're just going there to
Wild.
eat.
Yeah.
Wild.
You
and
leave your
crazy.
car out front with the four ways on.
Oh my god.
All right, one of them in there. Find the one
Rooney Rule.
about the robot.
Oh, that's here we go. Girlfriend humanoid.
Yep.
All right. So humanoid robot girlfriend Aria created for companionship costs 175K. Let's see here.
Which is better, which is cheaper than a divorce.
Well, here's the thing. It's the shoulders and neck up.
For now, yeah. Yep.
So it's $110,000.
If your kids are watching this, turn it off because
Yeah,
Mike's
yeah.
about to go down
Yeah,
a road that we
it's-
don't want your kids to be a part of.
I'm just saying, if you want a companion, right? you got to have a,
You gotta have the bottom
you got to have the ship, the companionship, right?
The robot can adjust her behavior based on the face she's wearing, thanks to RFID tags that recognize different facial attachments. This also allows Arya to shift her personality to match her head chosen by the user.
But yeah, you're just sitting there. I couldn't take it seriously with just a head on a table trying to have companionship.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
and
You
that's
need
the
to at
full
least-
body right there. So it's a full. It's just they're showing the head up as like at the event. So,
But I don't think you buy the full body.
Sure, and I'm. it's
There's
tough,
a
but-
movie out there with Megan Fox where she is a robot.
Yeah.
Oh, Becky and Connor hated that movie.
It wasn't very good,
No,
right?
no.
But I pained through it, Greg,
Yeah, you push through it. Like
Pain
most of the
pushed
shit Mike
through
watches, he pains.
for Megan Fox because I love her. And by the way,
I heard she has really bad body odor.
Oh, and
Oh.
she's super woke. so
I'd
that's
lick-
good. She's
I'd
a
lick
perfect
that
pair.
sweat
Oh,
right
yeah.
off. And I did get permission.
To say that?
Well, no, I got permission.
Oh, that's your get out of.
That's
your
my
one?
get out of jail. Yeah, because we were
Nice.
sitting there talking.
Who's
That-
hers?
Me. I have no idea. We didn't talk about that because then I split off from that. We were talking about the Kardashians and their wealth,
Yep.
right? From the top.
Skims and all that.
From the
shit.
top is Kim,
Yep.
worth over $1
Not
billion.
even. She's not the top.
Of the Kardashians, she is.
No,
Yes,
the
she.
youngest one is the top.
No, she
overtook
isn't.
her. Yes, she did.
When? Because I
With
just
with her makeup product.
I just read an article. She's not even over $1 billion. She's at 700 million.
All right.
Kim's
We'll
at
give or
one
take.
point-
I heard she was just over $1 billion, but that's all right.
Maybe.
Hey, maybe they're all loaded.
They're
Yes,
loaded,
okay.
but there's a huge drop off from those two
of course
down.
Yeah,
It
well,
goes to like 60 million then.
sure.
But anyway, I'm talking about Kim, and I'm like, well, do I get another pass? Because those are my two tied. And she goes, no. And I said, well, then I'll just have to, if I get the opportunity,
Yeah, you'll just have to ride out.
yeah, I
Good
did
luck-
it. Sorry,
good
she
luck
wasn't
with
on
it.
my list.
Yeah.
The funniest thing when people have these conversations with their spouses
Yep.
is taking away from the obvious fact that girl would want
Never.
nothing to do with
Never
you.
would happen.
Have security take you away.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
People get involved in. I'm not saying you do. I just think it's funny that people get in these conversations like, "Oh, who would be your pass?" It's like you're forgetting the fact that other person would want nothing to do with you. It's like you're gonna walk up to that person. Hey, by the way, I talked to my wife, and you're my free pass.
Yep.
Well, there we go. I'm in room 214.
Yeah,
You know?
no, that's the big thing I was just talking to Taylor about too. Is I said the women mind is so weird, and I said the main reason is concerts. You see women, even younger ladies at a concert. Let's say it's a boy band. You went to what was it?
New Kids on the
And
Block.
KOTB.
And you see these women that are crying.
I
about
was
to-
the only guy
about
there.
to faint because they just get so overwhelmed and they love this person so much more than they even
Yeah, the
love their
Swifties,
spouse.
they're insane.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And it's like you see us go to a show and it's like, you're singing along, but you're never out of your mind.
No.
And this is what happens, man. They think that this guy is a possibility.
Yeah.
He's a possibility. Keith Urban's going to sweep me off my feet. and-
Well, it's like having a conversation when we all go in and buy lottery tickets.
Sure.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
time you buy a
that's true.
lotto ticket or the Mega Millions hits over that
The
billion, it's
hypothetical.
the hypothetical conversations about,
Mhm.
well, if I do, and this will be the first thing I do, and I'm
Yeah.
going to do this, that, and the other. It's
Yeah.
like, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Just like you're not, I got
No.
a better chance with Megan Fox
That's probably
than I
true,
do
yeah.
winning the Mega Billions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck, life's tough,
Life
Greg.
is
Okay. Let me just once in a while just
Daydream?
drift off
Yeah.
and daydream.
I like it.
It's fun.
Yeah. it
But
is
I
good.
wouldn't buy that robot. No.
So, what do you guys think? Are we done with the list?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, we got a couple, but yeah, keep going.
What do you guys think would be now? Ignore the media, all this stuff. Look at yourself from GM.
Okay.
What do you want them to do with their quarterback situation, the Vikings?
Oh yeah, I've already said.
We've already talked about it.
You move. You
Now that no, yeah, but
because
you-
now yesterday they're saying that Darnold's expected to get a 3-year, $75 million guaranteed, most likely a
120 million.
price tag on it.
I'll be livid.
The franchise tag for him, I think, is like
41
million.
41
right
million.
in there. I'm sorry, Bubba.
here's the thing: is
No.
if Sam Darnold is on the Vikings next year, you guys become the New Orleans Saints.
What's the difference between Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins.
Nothing. Just like there
Okay,
was,
so we were so easy. Everybody wanted to let Kirk walk. Why is Sammy any different?
because it's the feel-good story of the moment. He exceeded expectations, whereas Kirk, because of his contract, did not meet expectations. That's the difference.
So did Case Keenum.
Case Keenum exceeded expectations,
Yeah.
and they got rid of him. And I think that there's a lot of Viking fans that regret not keeping Case Keenum
was
for
cut the
15
next
million
year.
for 15 million
He was cut
less.
the next year. He didn't make it as it was a system QB. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my point.
So I wouldn't regret it.
those were
Just
the
like
those were
nobody
the
should
idiot
regret-
fans.
And nobody should regret letting Kirk walk after he's going to get. You know what I
or
mean?
don't regret letting
that's what I'm
Sam
saying.
walk.
what I'm saying is you have to equate value on both sides of the line.
Yep.
Is he producing that to that contract? Kirk never did, because what Kirk was getting paid
Sure.
was Super Bowl winning quarterback money.
I would agree with what.
Case Keenum was making backup money,
Yep.
and you could have signed him for $10 to $15 million less than Kirk.
Sure. But you won't be able to get Sam Darnold for backup
That's my
money,
point.
which he's worth.
That's my point. That's why you have to get rid of him. You don't franchise him.
Yep.
You don't sign and trade him. Let him go.
Correct.
And because, like you and I talked about on the phone, if the Minnesota Vikings make an announcement that says we got a 1-year contract for Sam Darnold, he exceeded our expectations.
Sure.
We wish him nothing but the best.
Exactly.
He's allowed to go wherever he wants. If you do that, the Minnesota Vikings become the #1 destination for free agents, because they will all sign 1-year contracts and hope for the exact same scenario.
Yep.
If you franchise him, they become the worst possible place to people are going to want to go to, because they think they're going to be handcuffed if they do well.
KOC said it in his, end of the season press conference. He said, me and Sam made some memories this year that we'll be able to take for our whole lifetime.
Let him walk.
You know what
Yeah, that's just
positional
it.
group is very deep in free agency this year? Offensive guards.
Okay.
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah,
and
sure.
if you can draft, but they also threw a lot of chips in through the draft into last year's draft
Yeah.
Sure.
to get Dallas Turner. So we're very limited
Yep.
in what our draft picks are this
So it's
year.
going to come down to free agents.
We have $70 million, right? So 40 of that.
And they're saying you're going to cut Bradbury, you get some money back there. You're going to, there's
I would
moves where
draft
you're
a
gonna get
center
another
and I would
10.
sign 2 offensive guards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trey
Sure.
Smith.
I mean, because your tackle's coming back after injury.
There's a
Yeah,
couple
we have our
big-
tackles.
Yeah.
There's a
set.
couple veteran free agents, Mekhi Becton's out there. There's a lot of offensive linemen. You can hopefully snag a fucking
2
good
of them,
one.
maybe 3.
What do you guys think about this trade? I saw this trade. It's one of those speculations, so it's not real.
Yep.
Jair Alexander and a 3rd-round swap pick
Yep.
for DK Metcalf. And then we just let Christian Watson walk.
I mean, I think you guys got
How Jair's what? 28?
Probably 20,
29?
Yeah.
his values falling through the floor as he speaks.
I would-
so you might as well.
I would
ship
do
him
it.
out
I think that his value is more.
at its highest point.
I think that right now it's at its highest point. Plus, with what happened last year, not last year, the year before, when he went out for the coin flip and then they suspended him for a game, I think that they're just becoming tired of him because
hope
he's.
so.
And I think that he's becoming tired. Some people just don't fit in Green Bay.
Well,
Some people do.
I would keep my 3rd and I would send Christian Watson and get a 3rd back. I want
Sure.
DK Metcalf and a 3rd,
Yeah.
and you can have Watson and Jair.
I don't know.
If you can get
It's
rid of
hypothetical.
if you can get rid of Christian Watson,
But I'm just saying, I'm not giving you a 3rd too.
because I think Christian Watson needs a fresh start too.
He does.
He's
The-
been
the
injured
medical-
way too much.
The medical staff, you can have injury prone players, but then you can go to a new team.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're terrible, but it's not working out there.
No,
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks when it comes down to
And
what
it's
is
too bad.
Green Bay gonna do
I
this
really liked
offseason.
Watson before he got drafted to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I do. He's got a little moxie.
I think it's got to be frustrating for Green Bay Packer fans simply because you're not a lot of moves away from being a contender. However, it seems like the last couple of years on the shuffling that they've made, they hit on Josh Jacobs, but they missed elsewhere. And they're just missing. And,
Well, the trouble is the Green Bay Packers think and Jordan Love isn't what they want him to be.
Yeah,
not yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
Yep,
But
yep.
they were banking on their offense
Yep.
being like the Buffalo Bills,
Yeah.
where Josh Allen can elevate these other wide receivers
Sure.
and the offense in general.
That
And they
and-
just didn't do that.
That and Jordan Love being so banged up. Welcome in.
Welcome
buddy.
in.
Welcome
Welcome in,
Come on
folks.
in. There he is.
Oh, he's here to make some money.
Not a boy. Not a kid. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting in the offseason to see what's going on. That's the best time of the NFL season is the offseason.
You know,
Yeah.
a year ago we were sitting here talking about they might have one of the best wide receiving.
Sure.
Well, and see,
Yeah.
that's the problem with a team like the Packers is when you keep talking about young talent, you have to hit on it in the draft.
And you have to have veteran leadership
Yeah. And
to guide these youngsters.
Well, and you have to have the schematics, you have to have the coaching because clearly they don't know how to use
That's-
Jaden Reed.
yeah.
But that's another thing that I'm hearing more and more from these college coaches like Saban that have stepped away is that you're seeing it now in the influx of guys coming in the NFL and how they can't handle challenges. Because in college, when they had the challenge of not getting played, they'd hit the portal now.
Yeah.
So they don't have to sit behind a guy for 2-3 years and earn their spot. And they're doing it now in the NFL where it's like, you know, you're seeing rookie wide receivers that are bitching to the press because they're not getting the ball. I don't know. You might want to talk to the coach. And it's like, you're not established at this level
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
buddy. And you're not just going to get moved because you're on a rookie contract. So you're more profitable for them to just hold you. This is a business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's-
you would think the players in the locker room set a precedent right away that
and that
doesn't allow
on the
that-
team.
does-
Look at
it
the
is.
Vikes.
Yeah.
They
It
have
is.
the culture.
Well, and see the
keyword culture.
a team like the Vikings have a Harrison Smith.
Yep, for now.
You know,
yeah,
going into this,
correct.
that it's like if you don't know how to act, you don't have to say a word. You just
Even
shut your
an
mouth
Aaron
and you watch
Jones,
him.
Even
Yeah.
JJ stepped
Well,
up and
yep.
tried to act like a veteran.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with Aaron Jones just like I wouldn't go with Josh Jacobs
Sure.
because I think right now the Packers' problem is they don't have that guy.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Does it take just one?
what's that? Well, I think it takes. Yeah, I think all it takes is one.
And I think some.
I don't disagree. I'm just asking.
I think that because I don't think Harrison Smith gets enough credit for what he does in the locker room
Oh yeah. Yeah.
just by his persona.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not the greatest player in the history
Still
of football.
HOF.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
so too.
When
Yeah.
you put him next to Paul Malu's stats, and it's just right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're different, but they're the longevity and the staying out of the headlines and just showing up, putting it in. Like hopefully he becomes a DB's coach or something in the NFL. He'd be great at it.
Yeah,
I think
he's
I think
just phenomenal.
he
Yeah.
seems like
Notre
a
Like
guy-
Terrence Newman.
Notre Dame alum.
You know,
I was just about to say,
you
I
know?
think that he's going to be a college coach.
It'd be great.
Oh, God,
Great
that'd
fit.
be
But
great.
then again, he's the type of guy that doesn't want any cameras on him to begin
Yeah.
with.
No, he's so chill, laid back. He
Yeah.
just you might never see him again.
Yeah.
22.
He'll
Love it.
throw a pitch out, in 20 years somewhere.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he'll come blow the horn. He'll blow the horn a
He'll
couple
blow,
times.
I was going to say he'll blow the horn at the next playoff game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be good. No, I'm excited for JJ McCarthy. I say it all the time. I think, his floor, I would say how Sam Darnold performed this year. Now, not to say wins and losses, because a lot of our games were super close and it could have gone either way. But I think the floor for JJ McCarthy is easily the ceiling for Sam Darnold. He's won at every level. He's a winner. He's coachable. Sam is too. Sam's going to be a great backup somewhere, but unfortunately, I think they're going to put him into a spot like Kirk Cousins, where he's not going to be the starting quarterback for a while.
You had a winnable game before the game started in the playoffs against the Rams.
Yeah.
You didn't win it.
Yeah.
You didn't. The regular season's the regular season.
And don't
Yeah.
get me
I
wrong.
could put Green Bay Greg in at quarterback with
a bum wing. Yeah.
I got a good wing. I got bad knees.
Kevin O'Connell's done it with less.
Yep.
He's taken these bum third string quarterbacks and they have a winning record with O'Connell.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, if you were to hop in and now we're in the lights and the playoffs and it's like, no, he's not ready. And we already have a guy who you can bring up and teach and he's under a rookie contract.
And the big thing that Queasy has been consistent on is that
Did you say Queasy?
Yeah.
It's Quasi.
Queasy.
Quasi.
Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah.
It's not Queasy. It's
Queasy.
Quasi.
Kwesi.
I'm Minnesotan. Queasy. With Queasy, Adolfo, with him, he's just consistent on not trying to open up new holes in our roster. He just wants to fill them. So if you don't have to fill a hole, he's not going to make it be a priority. And that's just the way it's going to be.
I just don't know how you shy away from their whole plan since those two were hired.
Yeah.
Their whole plan.
That's what they've been excited about
We're
this whole time.
we're shedding dead weight. We're
probably
going to
would have
draft
been the
our
starter
guy.
this year. He probably would have been the starter this year.
Yes.
Which that goes back to my
100% he would have.
that goes back to my point that you guys are in a transition, like a fork in the road, if you want to call it, that if you don't stick with the plan, you will be the Saints. Where every year they're in salary cap hell.
Sure.
They
Yeah.
can't
That's
go after
why
the
we're
free
out of
agent.
it. So that's why he
Exactly.
can't get back in it.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's why you can't keep
I
Sam
agree.
Darnold.
You know,
Yeah.
we talked about it too, where how many players we brought in on the defense based on the money we saved getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why you got to look at guys that you guys have, Patrick Peterson, Gilmore, these guys you guys have had on your team, that
Sure.
you'd be okay if they leave after 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh,
because-
yeah.
Which is our whole
you
corner.
fulfilled your
Yeah.
need to us.
Yep.
Go do your own thing, or if you want to come back at our dollar, you can come back.
Yeah.
You know,
Band-Aids.
you can't keep having these long-term relationships like Alvin Kamara signs this huge contract. It's like you're not worth it.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you are worth it, you're not worth it to our team.
Not
Right.
only that, Greggy, but look at what happened. They went and they signed a guy that hadn't proven himself to be a Super Bowl contender in Derek Carr. And
Yeah.
you try to just stretch that freaking Honda Civic down
Yeah.
the road with
Yeah.
300,000 miles on it. Yeah, it's a runner.
It's a beater.
It's a runner.
It runs.
And it could throw the ball, and you might have one wide receiver
Breaks down once
have
or
over
twice.
1,000 yards receiving, but they had 4 concussions because he threw them right into getting his head knocked off.
Yeah.
And then you get a guy like Chris Olave who's not even going to come back unless you move on.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. But like I said, I would say that the Vikings this offseason don't have to worry about the rebuilding tag, and they are reloading.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that last year we thought we were rebuilding, and we got lucky enough to just reload and go after it again.
Mhm.
So that's what you just got to keep doing. It's good shit.
Very good. All right. To end the show.
Yep.
You're going to Diamond Joe's. You
Sure.
got $500
Okay.
just to pick the winner. Who you got?
I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to put money
Do I have to
against
give up-
Patrick Mahomes.
Do I have to give the point and a half?
You got to knock the champs off, so I go with the champs. Money line.
I'll
Just straight up.
$500.
I'll do the Chiefs.
And I can't bet against the man.
Yeah.
Just like I never bet against Tom.
I'm taking the Eagles.
That's good. As I could see it going that way.
Yeah.
I could see it being. I'll tell you this. I don't think it will be a blowout.
If it were my real money, I'd take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But this metaphorical money we're just
If
throwing
you
around
think
like it's
the
a strip
NFL
club.
What I heard a lot.
The
Of,
Eagles.
what I heard a lot of this week is if you think the NFL is rigged, then you should have the easiest bet you've ever made in your life.
Yeah.
That's easy money.
Yeah.
Just go put down your whole. If you think it's rigged, just go bet it. They want the 3P.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, Twist Nation. We'll see you in a month.
Enjoy the camera, dude. It's crystal clear, baby.
Bye.